Good morning, Longhorns. I'm Ashley Pham, and welcome to JAT TV for Friday, September 4th. Virtual learning has been going on for a few weeks. Reporter Emerald Martinez talked to some teachers about how the year has started.
How is virtual learning different from spring?
Well, in the spring, it was really chaotic. I mean, we were all going into this pandemic, unsure of a lot of things that were happening, including virtual learning. So we really just kind of flew by the seat of our pants as we went. Now that we've kind of had this summer, the chance to kind of get into the flow of everything that's going on, it appears to be a lot more organized, and I think it's been a lot more effective than what we saw in the spring.
Well, in the spring, the curriculum was all laid out from the district, and the kids all worked at it at their own pace. So some of them finished in like 2 weeks. Whereas now, we have to have an assignment every day, and so every day there's something for them to do, and they can't work really far ahead and finish everything super early. They have to work at it at a pace that we would normally work at it if we were having normal school.
How has the transition to face-to-face to virtual been so far?
Well, I think it's been a lot smoother than a lot of us had anticipated. There was so many ideas of the unknown as we all came back to school. I thought the district has done a great job in helping us prepare, and for people who are not as techno-savvy like myself, they've really been able to kind of break it down and help us be prepared and organized so that we can have some semblance of normal school, as the case may be, for our students. So it hasn't been as bad as I would have feared, although I'm not going to lie to you. I really miss having students in the classroom.
It's been really awkward. I mean, it's hard sitting in a classroom teaching and talking to just a bunch of little dots on a screen, especially when, we don't necessarily get a whole lot of feedback. So that's been weird, and I feel like I'm just now getting in the groove of just doing virtual, and then we're about to go back to some kids coming in on Tuesday. So then we'll have to change everything up again. So it's been an adjustment.
Face-to-face to virtual has been a lot of work because we've had to learn so many different computer programs and how to work all of them.
We've been able to really kind of get a groundwork and establish what we're looking for in the classes. Again, I don't think you can replace in-person learning. The opportunity to develop relationships with the kids and have them in the classroom is something I know that I miss, and I can probably speak for just about every teacher in this building. We all miss that connection with the students. We get it though. We know that some students aren't comfortable coming back right now, and that's totally understandable and fine. We're going to do everything we can to help with them virtually, but I can tell you, very excited about the prospect of having students back in the classroom next week.
Remember to wash your hands and stay safe. Reporting for JFD TV, I'm Emerald Martinez.
Many of you have questions about schedule changes. Reporter Xavier Gutierrez caught up with lead counselor Ms. Haynes to get some answers.
I had the chance to meet with Ms. Haynes to get further information about schedule changes. When should we be able to change our schedule?
Okay, so we have 3 kinds of changes I'm going to talk about. A pre-AP and an AP change. Those will be done after the end of the first 6 weeks, and we'll have a form and a process for those changes to be made. We will not be making elective changes, so we're going to go with your choices that you made back in the springtime, so those changes will not be happening. But we will be making changes after September 8th for kids who need to join football or there's a sports or an athletic change. So those are the changes we'll be doing. I know that's limited changes, but hopefully everyone will be happy with their schedules, and you can always email your counselor if you have more questions.
How do we submit a schedule change?
Okay, we will not have a Google Doc for schedule changes, so if you have an issue with your schedule or a question about a class, please email your counselors, and our emails are on the school website.
How do you check if your schedule has been changed?
So one of the most important things is communication for this school year, whether you're on campus or whether you're at virtual school all year long. We need you to check your school email. So make sure that you are going to Office 365 in Class Link and checking your email. That's where we'll send you if you get a new schedule, but it also should appear in Schoology if something has changed. But please be checking that email. We'll be sending you an email.
Thank you, Ms. Haynes, for information. Reporting for JFD TV, this is Xavier Gutierrez. Go Horns.
I got a chance to find out if our teachers can still think on their feet with a few dad jokes. What do elves learn in school?
What do elves learn in school? How to bake? I don't know. I'm sorry.
The alphabet. Why didn't the vampire attack Taylor Swift?
Because she's skinny.
Explain that, Graham. We're going to do a deep dive on our guest Instagram.
Because she had bad blood. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
I see what you did there.
Something smells.
Got it? Like it?
Would you like to answer my joke? You want to tell me a joke?
Yeah, I can if you want to. I'm serious. Your jokes are dumb. The real deal, ready? If I got 13 apples in one hand and 10 oranges in the other, what do I have?
Oranges and apples?
Well, that's a dumb response. You just got some big old hands. What are you talking about? 13 apples? 10? You just got some huge hands.
Got him! Got him!
Have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Why did the man get fired from the orange juice factory?
I don't know. Why?
His lack of concentration. What does a spy do when it gets cold?
Spy do when it gets cold. Hides.
It goes undercover. Hey, do you want to answer my joke? With football season around the corner, the Larriettes are busy preparing. Reporter Brianna Almaguer talked to Miss Armenta about how they're maintaining social distancing procedures.
On a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling.
How are y'all preparing for the upcoming season?
We are preparing for the upcoming season just by the normal things that we usually have done. We're learning our football routines, working on stand routines, and working on technique and getting ready that way.
How are practices different to follow social distancing guidelines?
Practices are different in the way that we actually have to enter the building. It takes a little bit longer to check and go through the different procedures that we have to go through. We haven't had the whole team yet, so we started practice when school started, but we have still not had the full entire team here in the dance room. We've had to break it up into sections to abide by social distancing, and we have just been we've started our calendar year a little later than what we normally do on a normal basis. Despite all the changes that we've had to encounter with all of this, I'm just really proud of the Larriettes, how they have been responding and how we're persevering and they're pushing through to make sure that we have a successful football season.
Thanks, Miss Armenta. Make sure to keep supporting your Larriettes. Reporting for JVTV, I'm Brianna Almaguer.
Volleyball season's around the corner. Production manager Omar Smith talked to Coach Sexton about the start of the season.
Let's check in with Coach Sexton to see what's going on with the volleyball team. What kind of game can we expect to see from our Longhorns this year?
Okay, our Longhorns are going to bring much intensity. They're going to bring a lot of passion. They're going to bring a lot of pride on the court. They're going to have that never say die attitude. I'm really excited about presenting this year's Longhorns to you.
How much has quarantine changed volleyball practice?
Quarantine has changed volleyball practice. As you can see, we're in a mask. The girls have to have their masks on. When they're not in the drill, they have to be wearing their masks. When they're in the drill, it's their choice whether they want to choose to wear the mask or not. We have to sanitize constantly. As soon as we finish the balls, we have to sanitize the balls. We have to sanitize their hands. So it's just a lot more cleaning than we're used to. You're used to maybe cleaning once every couple of weeks, and then now it's every so often. So it's been a big change for us.
How will game day be different?
Okay, game day will be different by buying the tickets. It's not going to be at the door anymore. You're going to have to go online and purchase the tickets on an online system. You're going to get checked at the door. You will have to be wearing a mask to enter. And as long as you're in the game, you will have to be wearing your mask the entire time unless you're eating or drinking something. We're going to have rows that are going to be marked off. Our kids are not going to be switching sides after every set. We're going to have to stay on the same side. So that's very different this year. We're not going to be able to do high fives and all of that type of stuff. You're going to see masks on the girls when they're on the bench. So it's going to be different, but hopefully it's going to work.
Sounds like Coach Sexton and our volleyball girls are ready for the new year. Reporting for JFD TV, I'm Omar Smith.
That's all for this week's show. To watch past episodes, look for us on SchoolTube and YouTube. And to keep up with the latest here at Dowie, follow us on Twitter at JFD_TV. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.